All right, what up, traders? Super excited for today's video. We're going to give a quick update on Fubo. Fubo is up massive, all right, and we're actually going to go over why. It's actually pumping. It pumped post market and after hours yesterday, and the reason being, all right, they announced their preliminary Q3 22 results expects to exceed prior guidance in North America. Revenue and subscriber growth, all right, are expected to exceed previously issued guidance. Some of the main things on here, right, is that their preliminary results demonstrate a continued progression towards the company's 2025 profitability targets, right? And what people are doing is they're slowly investing for the future in this bear market, right? The bear market won't last forever. Nobody knows how long it's going to last, but they are preparing and buying certain stocks that they think have growth and will be looking very good in the future, like 2025 and later. Right. Now, given these goals, the company has completed its previously announced strategic review of the Fubo gaming business. And as a result, Fubo TV will close its Fubo gaming subsidiary and cease operation of its owned and operated Fubo sportsbook effective immediately. All right. They expect to deliver strong revenue and subscriber growth in Q3. So they haven't even reported earnings yet, but they're already saying that they expect earnings to be really good. And in this market environment, it's all about earnings, right? If a company is able to exceed earnings, you're going to see the stock perform really well. And if they're losing on earnings, you can expect it to continue being a bloodbath. All right. But as a result, we can see here, let's see, not only do they talk about the highly competitive operating environment, right? They're talking about streaming with Netflix, with, there's Hulu, Disney, all of that. They've concluded that continuing with Fubo Gaming and Fubo Sportsbook in this challenging macroeconomic environment would impact our ability to reach our longer term profitability goals. Right. So, therefore, they made the difficult decision to exit the online sports wagering business effective immediately. So, there was lots of hype around this. Okay. Fubo Gaming and the Fubo Sportsbook and betting, but we're seeing that investors actually reacting very well to them closing it due to the fact that they're focused on hitting their profitability goals. Now, let's take a look at the actual chart real quick. All right. And what we're going to do is I'm going to teach you guys how to day trade this and swing trade this pretty much every single day. So what you want to do is you want to go to the 5-minute chart, all right? And we're going to use the Fibonacci tool, all right? If you right click and hit this percentage right here, it's going to give you the fibs. All right. And what this does is this gives you valid price targets that you can day trade off of every single day. So what I mean by that, all right, we'll go ahead and take a look now, is you going to connect your swing high, all right, to your swing low here. And this is, basically about after the first hour of the market, right around 10:30, you're going to have a high and a low. And what you can do is you can connect these to make, moves to the upside or the downside. And once you get above your blue breakout level, the 100% level on the fibs, right, there's a good chance that you're going to come up and hit the 1272 and the 1618. The 1618 is the golden ratio, right? So we have the 61.8 and the 161.8. If you're more risky, right, what you can do is you can get in once we break the 61.8 down here. All right. And you can use that as an entry to get up above and try to ride it up to the 100%. Or, once you get above the 100%, you can look to trade it up to the 1272 and the 1618. And sometimes, it's going to rally even more and come up to the 2618 and possibly even more than that. But if you trade options, this is really, really profitable. Okay. Especially if you're day trading. We'll go over how you can use this for swing trading later in the video. But if you start off day trading, these are nice little moves. Okay. And if we look at the time period, right, this is 11:30 right here, 11:35, you get your breakout, right? And then ultimately over here at 2:05, you end up hitting the 161.8 Fibonacci extension. All right. Now in total, from the 1% up to, or, from the 100% up to the 161.8, that's 2.3% move that you have been able to capture, intraday there, right? And you can use this to the upside or the downside. We'll go over here and we'll review how you are actually able to use it to do both just in one day. So we're looking again, and what we're seeing is, we have our swing high right here connected to our swing low on the fibs. Once you break above there, you see we hit the 161.8 very well. We actually flip it to support, right? We get above there, hold it as support, continue up higher to the 261.8, and ultimately hit the last extension at 423.6. So if we take a look at those profits, all right, just from the blue breakout level all the way up to the 423.6, that was a 9.71% intraday move that you could have caught, right? And if you would have got in at the yellow line, the golden ratio, the 61.8, okay, that actually would have been about an 11% move that you could have caught intraday. So, this is really good opportunities. And again, if you're trading options, it's going to be more leveraged, right? So this isn't financial advice, but more of a learning video where you can learn how to use some different strategies and be able to successfully trade Fubo. Now, once we have that move to the upside, what you can do is you can actually connect your swing low here to your swing high. And once you get below here, you can do the same thing and you can short it. You can buy put contracts, right? And you see, once we break through the 100% here, we end up coming all the way down to the 161.8. And if we take a look, right, that ultimately ended up being a 2.94% drop. So roughly about 3% to the downside that you could have traded with some put contracts, right? We come over here and we look at things again, and this is just another example, right? Every day is not going to be green. So what we're doing is we're connecting our swing low here, right, up to our swing high over here, swing low to our swing high. All right, that's where we're getting these levels from. And what we see once again, once we break past the 100% level, we ultimately end up coming down to the 1272 and then the 161.8. Stocks and cryptocurrency, all of that is really attracted to the Fibonacci formula because it exists not only in those landscapes, but also, in nature itself, whether it's through galaxies, flowers, all of that stuff. So yeah, really, really good trading strategy right there. And you can see, you can use it pretty much every day, except some days, it's going to be choppy, right? If we look here, we didn't really have a big push to the upside. We took our swing low or swing high to our swing low, and then we took our swing low to our swing high. And, we really didn't hit any of the targets. It was very choppy for Fubo yesterday, but if we look, it's up massive right now in the after hours and the pre-market. Reason being is everything that we just went over, right? So Fubo closed at 405 yesterday, and it hit highs of 472. This thing could go to $5 really easy. Let's say if Netflix has good earnings, and they report good earnings, and then Fubo, just being that it's in a similar industry or in the same industry with streaming, Fubo may be able to piggyback off of that momentum as well, right? Now, if we come over here, I'm going to change the drawing set real quick. We'll go to the 1 hour chart, right? And what you can do is you can use the same strategy to swing trade too, as well, right? So if we go to the 1 hour chart, what we're doing here is we're connecting our swing low to our swing high, right? So we have our low to our high. And once we break through this 100% level, we ultimately come down and hit the 161.8, right? If you look, we end up hitting that. So that's another successful swing trade right there. All right. You can do the same thing to the upside. Put your swing high down to your swing low. Once we get above the blue breakout level here, right, you're going to come up and hit your 161.8 and your 1.72, right? And look at where Fubo is at right now. We're right here currently hitting the 1618 off of the swing trade. Um, and you can do the same thing here, connect those swing highs to this swing lows. All right. And you see once we get above that 100% level, which was, a valid resistance in those after hours, we came up, hit the 1272, and we're just short of the 161.8 at 476. So I do think we will see at least 476 if the momentum continues. But you have to pay attention to the NASDAQ and the S&P 500. If those start tanking this morning at market open, then this thing could drop, right? Now, where do these targets say that Fubo could go if the momentum continues and we keep going bullish? Well, let's take a look at that. We have 537 and 539 are going to be my immediate next little price target range. So that's why I'm saying Fubo could go above 5 if we see this continue momentum happening. Pay attention to Netflix. Okay, they got earnings coming up. It will affect it, and as I said, if they can piggyback off of that momentum, then Fubo can just keep going higher. I did buy some Fubo shares. I have a couple hundred, I think. So if you want to know how many shares of Fubo I got, make sure to check out my portfolio update right here.